Brent loves pursuing large trout with baitfish flies. In today's demo, you will see the typical laser dub fly, which looks great on the vise and when it is wet. However, Brent has noticed the transparency of the fly when it's swimming in the water. Brent has tricked out this good fly to become a great fly.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to the segment on the bench. Today I'm going to tell you just an easy little baitfish fly. This is all done with laser dub and great fly. Here it's in the vise. Just have it tied up dry. When this laser dub gets in the water, it's such a great material. Does a super job of copying any minnows that these fish are feeding on. This minnow is 1.5 inches long. It's about exactly what I'm finding in my water bodies, and the trout are all over it. So be mindful of where you're fishing and try to match the bait and the colors that are in your water. Now here I'm going to be using Eagle Claw Laser Sharp. It's size 10. It's a wide bend hook here for soft plastic. It's just a tackle shop. You'll find these. It's an offset shank. You're going to see it coming off. Quite a curve on it. I'm going to straighten that out a little bit. I don't care if just a little bit of a curve is fine. It helps it kind of swim. It's running a little bit off center. Coming in here with some light, just an 8/0 white thread. Very, very easy fly to tie. Fish love to eat it. One of my perfect recipe for a good fly is something easy to tie, and biggest fish in the lake are wanting to eat it. Little guys, everything will be targeting bait fish. So I take and stack my laser dub, and I'm going to tie it in about the middle. If I was going to tie a longer one, well, then I'd go 2/3 or whatever and then fold it back. We're going to go right in the middle here for this size, 1.5 inches. Fold that bottom underneath. That should pretty much envelope the shank of our hook. There we go. Now I put a little lateral line in here. I'm going to be using some lavender laser dub for that. You won't need too much of that color. Take it over. You can go to yellows or any color you want for lateral. Lavender is actually a nice color. Gives a nice pearl. Then over the top, we need a little bit of a darker back on them all. We're going to be using some silver minnow belly color. The laser dub, got some nice flash in there too. All this laser dub has some flash in it. We just lay it over top, pinch that on both sides, get it down, and just right over the top. We're going to just have all the materials basically on top of each other. There we go. Then for the back, here's some ice dub minnow pearl back. Really nice color. Get a little bit of that on top. I'm going to make that as long as I can out the back. I'll just tie this back over itself. And that is just as easy as a fly can get right there. Finish that on. Then I'll come in with some little dome eyes. These nice little eyes here, pupils in them, 3mm size for this little fly. Stick one on each side. Always got to have eyes when you're baitfish flies. Make them look authentic, and the fish know that as well. Coming in with some Solaris bone dry, and then we'll just get some of that bone dry in there on top. Bring in my torch. Hold them on quite nicely. Turn on upside down. I'll give myself another bottle of this stuff. I go through a lot of that bone dry. Get a nice amount in there. You can use some other resin, whatever you like. Showing you some of my favorites, what I use on my desk anyway. So that's as simple as they come, folks. And I'll tell you, it is a great pattern. Like I say, I've been fishing. I take a lot of good fish with it. When these trout are on bait fish, a lot of times you're going to find you're trying to match the hatch with many other insects, for example, you think are coming off, but you throw a bait fish at them anytime, they're going to be all over it. It's a nice chunk of meat. And I like to fish this fly. You can put dumbbell eyes and weight it and all that. I weight it. Don't like weight on my bait fish when I'm fishing, mostly in the shallows. So what I'm using is intermediate fly lines basically, and I'll get it down to the depth I want and start stripping it. Yeah, I can go slow or fast. I got a lot of options there for the speed of my retrieve, and it'll follow right in behind my fly line. So intermediate or a slow sink line depends on the depth of the water you're targeting. So there it is, real simple little bait fish pattern for you. Like I say, when it gets in the water, it does a really great job imitating the naturals. All the best. Catch you again real soon.
Here the fly is shown wet, and it looks really nice. That is until it is seen swimming in the water. The fly appears to be translucent and does not reflect the solid body of a bait fish. Brent has modified this nice little bait fish to become much more effective.
Well, folks, here I want to go over something need to share with you when you're tying flies and designing flies and so forth. Is really pay attention when these flies, when we have them on the vise, they dry, they look totally different. We pull them out of the water under tension, we pull them back, and like I say, they're really streamlined, look beautiful. And this fly has actually caught a lot of fish the way it is. But I'm going to show you in the tank when I put this fly in before it's wet, or when it is wet, it does not swim. It's right. It's got a hole in it. And what I mean by that is this material breathes so much that it's so silky. It doesn't have any, doesn't look like it's a solid minnow, not like when it's wet like this outside. You can't see through it, but in the tank, you're going to be able to see right through it. That does not look normal. I've run across this before and in saltwater applications where I tied flies in. It really looked good until I got them in the water, get looking at them, and they didn't have enough um, continuity to the body. It looks like just a shank with a kind of a veil of silk around it. Sometimes the soft materials will do that to you. So here's what we need to do to fix the problem. And that's why I have a swim tank now, and I really appreciate, really saved me a lot of time. I used to go to try a dozen flies or whatever and get to the water, and holy smokes, something's wrong. So you get them in a tank, you can really uh, correct these issues. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just coming in with some nice, nice marabou plume. This is nice, thick, fluffy marabou. I use that for tailing. I'm going to tie that for my underbody because this will not have that problem where you're going to see through it. If it sticks out the back just a wee little bit, that's okay. Then I'm coming in with some crinkle mirror flash, some really nice bright mirror flash. You can get that in different colors. Give me a couple strands of that. And this is in pearl. Of course, you can get all kinds of different color. Crinkle mirror flash in here and the back. So that'll show up underneath quite well. Now I've got a little space. I've got about a quarter or 3/8 of an inch on the front. So that'll give us a little base. We'll see this in the tank. It's going to really show up. See what I'm talking about there when we get it wet. And let the fly swim. Then I'll come in with the laser dub, and it's great material. I know there's been a lot of flies tied this way that I've showed you before. Works very, very well. But I'll show you a good fly and a difference of a great fly. And that's how they swim and behave in the water. And that's where the rubber meets the road. I'm tying it the same other than the underbody with that little bit of marabou on there. It changes things considerably. We'll tie the fly exactly the same otherwise. And then we're going to go to the tank and we'll look at the difference. Okay. It's a pretty simple fly to tie. As you see, it's not a whole lot to it. But I just noticed when I was fishing it just looked a little too thin. I'm looking for the right terminology on there. Kind of a silky. There we go. Get my eyes on there. Oh, knock that one off. Make sure they're on the straight. Get my UV again here. We'll finish that up. A little bit of marabou is going to really make the difference. I'd use a little thicker resin on the bottom. Feel that gap up between the eyes. Let's just go this way for now. Then we get this in the water for you. Great streamer patterns. I love streamer fishing. The fish love them too. So I'll tie this one on the other end of that line where let's go to the tank and experiment and see what we got.
Now you can see Brent's improved version when wet. You will now notice the fly appears to be more realistic with a body that appears solid. The extra flash also attracts trout, and they will move a long way to hunt this one down. We appreciate Brent sharing another one of his favorite flies. Thanks for joining us today. Take care and conserve the waters.